Prince William has just delivered one of the boldest and most revealing visions of the monarchy's future in decades, declaring that when he eventually takes the throne, it will not be business as usual. His words were direct and powerful. Change is not only inevitable, but necessary, and it will be, in his own phrase, change for the good. This statement has sent shockwaves through royal circles and the wider public as William, long seen as the steady heir, steps forward with a vision that blends tradition with transformation. He made it clear that he is not simply waiting in the wings. He is preparing for a reign that redefines what it means to be a modern monarch, one that balances the heavy weight of history with the needs and demands of a fast-changing world. For William, the monarchy cannot remain frozen in time. Instead, it must adapt, evolve, and serve the people in ways that feel authentic and meaningful. To understand why these words carry so much impact, we must remember William's journey. Born in 1982, he grew up in the blinding glare of the world's media. He witnessed, as a child, his parents' marriage unravel in public, and endured the unimaginable trauma of losing his mother, Princess Diana, at just 15 years old. Those experiences were more than headlines. They were wounds that shaped him, teaching him both the dangers of unchecked press intrusion and the crushing weight of royal expectation. It is those lessons that William now channels into his promise for change. He is determined to shield his own family, to prevent his children from reliving the same painful childhood he endured. He opened up about the constant suffocation of press attention, recalling how the media was in everything, literally everywhere. For William, the press has been both an unavoidable reality and a source of deep scars. And this is where his determination to protect Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis comes in. William has insisted that they will grow up differently. No mobile phones for them at this stage. No intrusive exposure. No stripping away of their innocence. He wants them to have boundaries, to feel normal, to know life beyond the palace walls. His fatherhood is not just about parenting. It is about rewriting the royal script for future generations. Yet his vision goes beyond family matters. William spoke candidly about the painful year 2024, when King Charles and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, were both diagnosed with cancer. He admitted to feeling overwhelmed, caught between private fears and public duty. The image of William balancing his official responsibilities while quietly watching his wife and father fight illness resonated deeply with the public. It humanized him, reminding people that behind the crowns and titles are human beings wrestling with the same fears as anyone else. By sharing that vulnerability, William signaled that his reign will not be distant or untouchable, but grounded in empathy and honesty. But when William says he wants change, he does not mean tearing down centuries of tradition. He acknowledges that tradition is the backbone of the monarchy, and he respects its value. Yet, he also dares to ask the difficult question, is every tradition still fit for purpose? Should every custom be preserved, or should some evolve to reflect the society of today? These questions are at the core of his modern vision. His goal is deliberate reform, not chaos, not radical upheaval, but meaningful evolution. Observers point to his work with the Duchy of Cornwall as proof of his intent. William has pushed sustainability, environmental stewardship, and social initiatives, aligning the monarchy's role with urgent issues of the modern world. If this is a preview of his kingship, it suggests a reign rooted not just in ceremony, but in purpose. He wants to create a world in which his children, especially Prince George, can look back and feel pride in what their family contributed, not because of their titles, but because of their actions. Naturally, his words have stirred debate. Supporters praise his clarity, describing him as a modernizer who understands that the monarchy cannot survive without adapting. They see him as a bridge between past and future, someone capable of balancing the formality of his grandmother's reign with the transparency demanded by today's public. Critics, however, are wary. They fear that too much change could alienate traditionalists or weaken the institution's mystique. Some whisper that William's reforms could even deepen rifts inside the royal family, especially given the fractures already visible in recent years. Speculation is rampant about who will stand at the heart of William's monarchy. Insiders suggest Prince Harry's children, Archie and Lilibet, may have little to no royal role under his reign, a move that could stir further tensions with his estranged brother. Prince Andrew, already sidelined, is expected to be pushed further into the background as William sharpens the monarchy into a leaner, more focused operation. This narrowing of the royal front line could reflect his desire to streamline the institution, making it less sprawling and more impactful. Looking back at the timeline, the contrast between monarchs is striking. Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned for 70 years, was the embodiment of continuity and tradition. King Charles, who ascended the throne in September 2022, has emphasized duty, heritage, and his own passion for the environment. Now William is preparing to take the monarchy into an even more distinct phase, one defined by measured but meaningful transformation. His outlook suggests that the monarchy of the future will not look identical to the one Britain has known for centuries. He's already begun reshaping public perception. William and Kate have presented themselves as approachable, relatable, and media-savvy royals. Their appearances are polished but warm, their causes focused but modern. By leaning into openness and accessibility, they have rebranded themselves as a family in touch with both tradition and reality. Commentators often compare them to Scandinavian royals, who run monarchies that are less formal, more transparent, and more in step with their citizens. William seems intent on following a similar model. Still, challenges lie ahead. Royal purists will resist change. Constitutional limits will restrict what he can and cannot reform. And every decision he makes will be scrutinized, dissected, and often criticized. The balance between preserving history and leading progress is delicate, yet William has made it clear he does not wake up dreaming of crowns and thrones. He wakes up thinking about authenticity, about how to stay true to himself and his values. For him, the monarchy is not an inheritance to preserve untouched. It is a living institution that must evolve or risk irrelevance. This is why his words, "change for the good," resonate so powerfully. They are not empty rhetoric. They are the culmination of decades of watching, learning, hurting, and growing. They are the words of a man who has carried the scars of his mother's death, the weight of expectation, the glare of media scrutiny, and the demands of fatherhood. And now he is ready to turn all of that into a new kind of monarchy, one with heart, with purpose, with a future. As the world looks on, one question now dominates the conversation. When the crown finally passes to William, will this truly be the turning point? Will his reign mark the end of entitlement and spectacle, and the beginning of a monarchy defined by service, empathy, and progress? The answer may define not just the future of the House of Windsor, but the very survival of the monarchy itself. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.